Monday, September 26, 2016. Maneko 64 here, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. It's early here in London. It's 8:45 a.m. I like to talk about a subject that I've covered recently, and I'll put the video above in the card. It's Deutsche Bank, the biggest bank in Germany, and if not in Europe. I'm not sure exactly in terms of market capitalization, but it's one of the too big to fails, one of the big international investment banks in the world. And this morning, Deutsche Bank is continuing to drop further. We're making multi-year lows here. We are at 10 euros 84. We got down to 10 euros 80, and it's down 5%, Deutsche Bank. And one thing I like to talk about Deutsche Bank before I get onto the charts and show you how it looks precarious is something called leverage. And I've worked out that Deutsche Bank, for example, just looking at its balance sheet, nothing to do with the derivatives yet, which I will cover later. Deutsche Bank is leveraged 27-1. So that means, for example, shareholders' equity in Deutsche Bank as of June 30th, 2016. And I got this from Yahoo Finance. It's like public information. Equity was $74 billion, right? And their total assets was $2 trillion, just over $2 trillion. So what that means is, for example, if you bought a house, let's say worth $100,000, and you put down $3,700, and then you had to borrow $96,000, $96,600. That's what the situation of Deutsche Bank right now. So basically, they've got a tiny, shareholder equity compared to what the value of the bank is on all its assets. So they're leveraged 27-1. Can you imagine buying, or you could say buying a house for $1 million and putting down only $37,000? That's how leveraged they are, 27-1, Deutsche Bank. And that's not even talking about its derivatives book. And there was an article in Zero Hedge from February this year. At the time, they said, is it time to panic about Deutsche Bank? And according to Zero Hedge, at the time, their derivatives exposure, and understand, derivatives are off-balance sheet instruments or asset class. It's not in the balance sheet, so that's not even included in that 27-1 leverage. So their total derivatives exposure, according to Zero Hedge, as of February, was $64 trillion, not billion, trillion. The GDP of the Eurozone, which is the countries in the EU that use the euro, was at the time $13.2 trillion. And the GDP of Germany, which is where Deutsche Bank is headquartered, is $3.9 trillion. So you can see just by the derivatives exposure how crazy that is. And even the total assets that Deutsche Bank holds, $2 trillion. That's more, almost a little more than half of German GDP, just their assets. And they're leveraged 27-1. It's ironic because the German officials, German government, the last few years with the problems in Greece, in Ireland, and the problems in Italy with the banks, they've been really righteous, like, oh, you can't do this, we can't save the banks, we won't allow you to say, they push for this new EU law coming out, that came out early this year, that there can't be state intervention to save banks. So it's ironic now that their biggest bank looks like is in precarious condition, and this could be, as Deutsche Bank says, in this article, and I quote, it says, the elephant in the room, Deutsche Bank 75 trillion in derivatives is 20 times greater than German GDP. And they also wrote in June 2015, says, is Deutsche Bank the next Lehman? Well, we'll have to see. But I've noticed, earlier today, the stock market was pretty much unchanged. Now the Dow is down almost 100 points. It's down 94 points. Gold got hit a little bit earlier this morning. When I woke up, it was around 1333, but now we've picked back up. We're at 1337, so virtually unchanged. So yeah, Deutsche Bank now, when I'm talking 8:50 a.m., we are at €10.74, sorry, on the lows. So now let's get to the charts. I'll show you, first of all, the short-term chart of Deutsche Bank. And you can see here it's from April this year. So today we've broken, making new lows. So it doesn't look very good at all. We've broken through $11. We've broken the August 3rd, 2016 low of $11.06. So now we're in the 10 handle, sorry, euro. Sorry about that. We've broken the low of August 2016, 11 euros 06. And right now, we are at 1074. So I prepared this chart 10-15 minutes ago, and it was at 1095 at the time. So it dropped another, 20 cents. So yeah, this is a short-term chart. It looks, doesn't look good, but I think one needs to look at the bigger picture. And see where Deutsche Bank has been in the past. So I've taken the longer term monthly chart of Deutsche Bank, and you can see here it's, 20-year chart really. So we're making 20-year lows. The high in May 1998, believe it or not, was 146 euros. So we're now at 10 euros. The high in 2007, May 2007, before everything unraveled, was 108 euros. The low in 2009, in the middle of the great financial crisis, was 14 euros and 3 cents. So now we've broke, it doesn't look good. A picture tells 1,000 words, is the saying. And I wanted to show you the longer term chart. So yes, today is a big day in the US. We have the first presidential debate. Starts at 9 p.m. New York time. I'll probably stay up to watch that, and that could impact the markets. But I think we need to keep an eye on Deutsche Bank. This is getting dangerous. So I say to the investors of the world and people all around the world, Achtung, Deutsche Bank, and to the German politicians, you guys, if you try to save Deutsche Bank, I think it's the end of the European Union, because, people like the Greeks, the Italians, the Spanish, who've tried to save their banks and are not allowed to, they're going to say, why can you save your bank? So that's the big take from this for me. It's not only that it's a financial market risk and systemic risk, but it's also a political risk for the whole of the EU. And believe me, Deutsche Bank is not just a German problem for the German economy and financial system. It's for the global, too big to fail, investment banking model, which all big banks in the UK, in the US, and France are all linked together. If Deutsche Bank goes, watch out. So yeah, if you enjoy my videos, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, I accept Bitcoin or dollars still, and Ethereum. I've got the links below in the description for the donations. Take care. Bye.